Come down. Ooh, you make my high come down. Always tripping when you come around. Never have to cut you out like right now. You see, I don't have to drive me. You can say that for your mama. Maybe you should smoke some. Me and try the marijuana. I was never you good. The vow was straight. Showed you a couple of things and they feel the change. I treated you right. Everything was a gift from a time to your bag and the color on your lip. Yeah, you plenty of your
Well, if let's say it this way, if I've been here a long time, and if we didn't have Russell, I probably wouldn't have been here a long time. Because think of all the magic that he's created in the years. He's got numbers and stats in fourth quarter, this is and that's and all that stuff. You know, one of the winningest quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. And it'll be really fun when he comes back and plays football again for us this year. And you know, we owe a tremendous amount. You can see how hard it is. You know, I mean, all of these games, the Rams game, the what was the next one? The Steelers, and this one. I mean, you know, Russell's a factor. He's a fantastic, positive factor, and always has been. And I mean, those are exactly his time. That's his time, and that's when he shines. And so, you know, we miss him. And in the meantime, we're going to keep fighting and clawing and doing everything we can.
Welcome to Seahawks Man to Man podcast, powered by The Athletic. Shout out to the company. My name is Michael-Shawn I'm here with my co-host, Christopher Kidd. Make sure you follow us both up on the tweet machine. You guys know where to follow me at. We do this every time at Mike Dugar, Blue Check, all that good stuff. Chris, talk to the people.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Christopher Kidd. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at CKIDD206, and that's CKid206.
All right, all of our YouTube subscribers and viewers, you guys can tell. You're like, yo, where are they at? You know, where these guys recording from Benaray Hall. It looks like, you know, we're in a mansion. Yeah, we here with a special guest. We usually don't do guests on the post-game episode, but this was such a special occasion. Monday Night Football, primetime game. We are joined by the homie Ben Baller.
What's up, y'all? What's up, man?
What's up? Thank you for joining us, man.
No, absolutely. Man, I'm really hyped. You know, you guys got a great show. I happened to just randomly stumble upon it, being a real, you know, a legit 10 years now. And I said, you know what? Someone got to have some kind of a podcast. Start listening. Found your page on social media. I really listened to what you guys said. And I said, look, man, these guys are really keeping it 100%. Like, they're keeping it real. And that's hard to find. You know, you see the fanboys who sit there and be like, no, man, what are you talking about? This guy could beat Thanos. No, he can't, man. You know, and you guys kept it real good. So I'm excited to be here, man. You know, I don't miss home games. And although I don't have my house here anymore, I sold my crib a few years ago. I'm here. You know, my season tickets are still here. And I rep heavy, bro.
Oh, he was repping today.
Yes.
Rep it today, man. The sound you guys just heard before we opened the show, that was Pete Carroll after the Seahawks lost. It was the final score 13-10.
Ugly.
That's the third straight loss for the Seahawks. Seahawks fans have not been in attendance for a win since 2019, I want to say. It's the last time Seahawks fans actually saw a win. 3 straight losses to start the 2021 season at home. It's just so rare. That's 3 straight primetime losses, home losses. But we're going to start with what Pete said today, because it was a question from me. So the context in there is because clearly you got the Seahawks just aren't finishing, right? Like it's not rocket science. Like you see it, they're losing every game with the fourth quarter, overtime, ball in the offense's hands, chance to go be heroes, and they're not getting it done. Elephant in the room. Why are they not getting it done? Oh, is it because they don't have the guy who has 31 game-winning drives in the regular season, a gazillion fourth quarter comebacks in Russell Wilson? So I asked Pete in a way that, you know, I don't want to throw Geno under the bus, because I think Geno's doing the best that Geno can do under the circumstances. I say, Pete, considering how clutch Russ is and the fact that you guys are losing in the clutch, are your issues with finishing just not having Russell Wilson? You see, he thought about it.
Oh, he thought about it.
He's like, okay, how do I answer this without throwing Geno under the bus? He gave a good answer. He said, I've been here a long time. If I didn't have Russ, I'd been fired a long time ago. And he's not wrong. And I think that for everyone who was frustrated with how the offense looked last year, at the end of the year, or even to start this year, because the offense was not good, and was like, you know what, let's just see what Geno looks like in this offense. Guys, I hope you're done with that. We can kill that now, right? There's no. Oh, maybe Geno gets it done. He's taller. He can see the middle of the field. He gets the ball out quicker. Guys, Russ is Russ for a reason. And if you needed any more evidence, these 3 games right here, man. Like even watching from the press box, it was just so obvious. Man, it had to feel obvious on the field, right?
Yeah. And I'm sitting right there watching it, and I'm just, bro, look. I watched Geno jump in the game, and I said, what the hell's going on here?
Because that Rams game. You was there Rams game, yeah.
I missed the game. I'm like, this is the Rams game. What's going on? Then they showed the finger and blah, blah. Okay, look, enough is enough. And then I heard somebody in the background say, yo, let Geno cook. And I'm like,
they was chanting his name.
Yeah, and I was like, I never heard it. It was like Rudy, right? And I was like, whoa. And he drove that 98 yards, And was it he hit DK for that little short post, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boom, they in there. And I'm like, holy shit, like Geno the truth. And he looked good, he looked cool.
He looked confident.
Again, he is taller. I feel like he can, see above certain things. And he moved pretty gracefully.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got caught up in it. I was like, yo, I started.
You believed.
Like, I said, yo, we may not need Russ. Like we got dude. Like, I was looking for anything. I was looking for any kind of sign. And then the Pittsburgh game happened.
Well, that's important. I think that because you weren't alone. I know you were because I mentioned it after the game. It was like, yo, can we just do this with Geno? Let Geno cook. And I think that was a good. Like I believed in Geno right then. I think I tweeted, "Holy shit, we threw a touchdown to DK." I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe he do got this. But like you said, then Pittsburgh happened. What happened? A team had film. Team could watch.
That was going to be the next thing I hit on is the fact that, okay, with the Rams situation, they were like, Geno Smith's in here. We were prepared for Russ.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we got do the same thing. We've never seen him play. The last time we saw him, he was with the
Giants. He started for the Giants in 2018.
Okay.
One game for Russ. For Rivers.
And I'm sure they weren't like,
Eli. Damn.
Hey, pull up the iPad, see if you can find something on Geno right now.
Right.
That's just not happening. Right now, it's we got to stay with our scheme and let's see if he can beat us. And to Ben's point, he went down and 98 yards, touchdown, shocked everyone. Had been thinking, let Russ cook.
I was thinking, I don't want him to come back for the Packers game. We got him.
Or excuse me, let Geno cook.
I think the second series, either the second or third series, he threw wide open in front of his face. He threw about a 5'8" tall pass. And I said, yo, who is trying to is Muggsy Bogues playing like receiver? Like, I don't get it. I understand if you do something 6'6", people's like my reach is almost 8 feet tall. So think about where you're throwing. Okay, now I'm exaggerating. Let's say he threw 7 feet. Like anyone can pat that.
Yeah.
He was throwing them so high. They were hitting people's helmets. They're just getting batted. I'm like, wait, is it just doesn't what's going on? And the crazy part is we still should have won that game.
Yeah, the Seahawks definitely had opportunities. Geno had opportunities. So that's what it comes down to. And ultimately, he hasn't delivered the way he thinks he should. Because he talked about it after the Pittsburgh game. He said, yo, it's on me. I got to protect the ball. I had an opportunity to lead this team to victory, and I didn't. He came up short. Not to mention, he did it again on Monday night against a Saints team.
I mean, they're all right.
But you have to understand.
I'm trying to find the words to it. They're all right. Go ahead, Ben.
Imagine watching this game.
Oh, man.
Okay. Imagine being hyped. It's Monday night.
Yeah.
Who has got more prime time just love than we have? Thursday night game, Monday night, it's Sunday night football.
It's the third primetime game in a row.
We're literally just out of control. And I heard what you guys said before. It's like, hey, man, they're not even posting Geno's face. They're posting DK Metcalf, hey, boom. And I get it.
Not even advertising my man.
I don't even care about that. I'm watching the game. And the whole time I got this stomach ache all day long, thinking like, man, I hope this, I just want everything to be good, cool, boom. I go there, Blitz comes up into the stands, says, hey, yo, Ben Ball, it's good to see you, boom. I see Dixon, I see Jamal and Quandre practicing, like, yo, good to see you, bro, boom. Game starts, Geno comes in, boom, pass to the right side, touchdown. I'm like, yo, it's about to be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I get gassed again.
It's an okie doke.
Bro, like,
it's okay, Ben. Let it out.
Well, here's and that's where, just to get to this game specifically, I think we can all agree the defense did its thing. This is not a blame the defense podcast. We're not going to do that today.
Gave up 13 points.
Mm-hmm.
Jameis didn't do anything spectacular. The deep throws weren't there.
They had 2 explosive pass plays, according to my notes. They were both to Kamara. One
There's
was a
my
screen,
point.
and one was that little angle Texas route in that 2-minute drill. That's it.
I get it.
That's it. And then the touchdown pass.
Kamara
obviously.
special, and they didn't do a great job of stopping him.
Boy, is he
for your
special.
defense to give up 13 points and your offense only puts up 10. We talked about this off wax. I hate to say it, but if Russ was playing, it's not even a close.
Hate to say it. That's the truth.
I know, but I don't want to.
Russ would have put up 25, 35 points.
Easy
on these
and
guys. Man.
I saw plays where I'm thinking Russ makes it. Russ creates something. Geno tried, but he got sacked. And Pete in the post game,
5 sacks, man.
Pete talked about it. He said we got to figure out ways to get rid of the ball. We can't take a loss like that. He just called it losses. But I said something weird like letting the football eat. I forget what
he can't eat the football. Like
can't eat the football.
Well,
That's
that's
what it
about
was.
the pass to Tyler. That was right there.
Oh, yeah.
Between 2, the safety and
Tyler has to catch that. But they brought up an interesting point in the broadcast regarding those 2 quarterbacks. Russ throws the moon ball. Now he's only practiced with Geno 3 weeks, right? He's accustomed to the moon ball. He's not
The ball
used
hits
to,
you in the hands.
No,
man.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I don't care who.
But
throws
that
it
takes
to
some adjusting. You've been playing with a guy that hasn't missed a game for 10 years.
I don't want to hear. Who said that? Was that who's on the broadcast? Which one were you watching?
I wasn't watching Eli and Manning, unfortunately. I was watching.
Who does Monday Night? Was Lou Riddick and
it was Lou Riddick.
It's like Brian Greasy or something.
Greasy. Good
I don't want to hear
memory.
none of that.
I thought
The ball hit him in the hands.
It did.
Look, man, I'm from the old school.
It hit your hands.
I played receiver all through high school. I played free safety in high school. But when I got recruited, play at Cal, played D1, I played cornerback, right?
Yep.
One of the first things my receiver coach said always, if you could touch the ball, it was a miscatch.
Yeah, it was a miscatch. And I just think you have to catch that. But I thought it was interesting that they brought that point up. Not saying that that's correct.
And the
I
coverage
agree.
was crazy.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was decent.
The hand might have thrown it
That
off.
kid was good. It's the Stanford kid, Paulson.
That's
He's
something
nice.
we could ask Ty, like, hey.
Tyler usually catches things.
Oh, he always catches.
He got to catch it. I mean,
always catches
the reason I wanted to say we got to get it out the way that the defense did its thing. Listen to some of these numbers here.
Yeah, read them down.
Saints average 4.5 yards a play. That's garbage. That's not good. That means you're pretty bad. In the red zone, the Saints were 1 for 4.
Well, they put up 13 points. There
1
you go.
for 4. The Saints were 2 of 13
From
on third
Yeah,
down.
That's what it was.
That is a winning formula. That's how you win the game.
And they had a turnover.
Only
Seahawks forced a fumble, by the way.
Yes, they won a turnover margin. Seahawks did 1-0.
They did everything right except on the off. Oh, you know what? Go ahead, Mike.
Let me read.
Continue.
The last thing is probably the most important. Kamara's rushing numbers.
Mm.
Kamara, the only person who rushes the ball on a higher per game basis is Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry coming into the weekend, 27 touches, 27 carries a game. I don't know what he had in the game against the Chiefs, but he's probably still number 1 in the league. Kamara was number 2, 18.8 carries a game. He got 20 in this game, 51 yards. That's the shutdown right there.
They did everything they
I
could.
can't ask the defense to do much more than that.
But
I
the
really
thing
can't.
is, yes, the defense stepped up today against a shitty team, though.
But hey, you know what? I'm glad you brought that point up because had they not stepped up,
we'd be on him.
There's nothing to
Jamal
really
Adams
talk
tweets
about.
would be getting right now if he dropped another pick or something.
You needed to see this defense do something against a not good offense. I expect the same thing.
You're right. You're right.
No, it's not.
They got to do what they're supposed to do.
But at the same time, they
But
got to
let me
build
also
on this.
rewind back to something, and I won't bring it back again.
Okay.
I've looked at the play 7 times.
Uh-oh.
Even if Jamal was looking at the ball,
Oh, man.
it hit his helmet, dog. There was nothing he could do about it. Even if he was looking at it, there was nothing. It was coming very fast. It wasn't like it was coming at 90 miles per hour and it hit his head. There was no he'd have to see it before, but he was probably looking at something else.
Yeah.
And obviously looking at coverage and boom, it was just nobody's catching that, bro. Sorry.
No, you're
Let's
okay.
continue
No,
back to that.
to be fair, one more thing on the defense before
Yep.
we move away from them. They weren't perfect. Obviously,
Oh, absolutely
Al Woods is encroachment. You can't have that. You
that
just
hurt.
you can't do that on the field goal. He was probably gonna make it anyway, and it wouldn't have mattered a ton.
But that you as you
you
said,
can't do that.
Yeah.
Marquise Blair's
roughing
roughing the passer.
unnecessary roughness, whatever you
Oh
wanna
my
call it.
God, that was momentum.
that was honestly worse than the Al thing because of the position. They were gonna
Well,
kick a
it gave
field
him
goal
automatic
regardless.
first down, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they both give him first
But they
down.
ended up scoring.
Yep.
Right. They were probably gonna score anyway with Al's. They're probably just gonna make the kick.
Yes,
With
but
Marquise's hit, it was in a position where they would have to punt.
Yep.
So then Geno gets to go down there, and I mean, they probably still would have gone to overtime or something like that. Probably wouldn't have mattered. But I think the defense did its part. They had passes defense. Sidney got his hand on the ball. They had a bunch of tackles for loss. Al Woods played good. Puna Ford.
Puna
Ford was all over the place. I hope the
Yes.
broadcast was showing Puna love.
Yes,
man.
they were.
Was it Puna
Yes.
that almost got the interception when it got batted?
Yes.
Yeah.
Big man was running for it.
And I was
Yeah.
like, who the hell's big? Oh shit,
That's Tuna Ford.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Bro, it
batting
was like
passes.
he got mad. It was like
It was an opportunity. Al
Yeah.
Woods made a great play. As you said, Mike, the defense, they were, for the most part, having a good defensive
Because
day.
we've spent whole podcast talking about them, and rightfully so. They've been bad this year. No,
Yes.
they didn't figure that out.
And that's good.
They
And
didn't figure
Ben
that
brought
out.
up this is a weak team. Perfect. Okay, you have another weak team coming in.
Yeah, make them look
Offensively,
like a weak team.
exactly
Which is what they
You
did.
got to continue and build on that, and hopefully the offense can show face and put up points. Because what
Look,
we saw Monday night was not acceptable.
we have to score at least 30 points against Jacksonville. Minimum.
Is that your standard?
It is a standard. That's the only way I'm coming back. I'm gonna cancel my flights for Detroit,
Against
Niners. 21st is what Cardinals. I'm canceling everything unless we
Yeah,
score 30.
I think the Bears come here as well.
Bears come here the
Yeah.
20. No, I'm sorry. The 26th.
Yeah.
So
Ben, you
26th.
gotta have faith, man.
So
Bro, that was one of my tweets tonight. Have faith, and people were like, "Shut up, you loser." Whatever.
this is where I kind of knew that the offense was having a rough day, man. Ugo Amadi makes the best plays made all year, by the
Force,
way.
yeah.
Shout out to Ugo making a play. He forces a fumble. Right? Forces I don't know that dude's name.
This tight
Tight end.
Troutman? Let's
Troutman,
go with
yeah.
That's a
that.
big white boy.
Yeah. But honestly,
No, seriously, that was a big corn husker.
yeah, and Ugo got low. Got him. All right. So
Cool.
look at my notes here. Fake reading glasses on. Here are the plays after Ugo's fumble.
Oh, don't do it to us.
Which that gave the Seahawks the ball at the Saints 32-yard line. Alex Collins run 1 yard. Alex Collins run -1 yard. In large part because Cam Jordan ran right through Kyle Fuller. Just blew him the hell up.
Rough day.
Yeah. Third down. Freddie Swain, incomplete pass, broken up by number 22. Who's number 22 here?
Gardner.
Oh, that's the dude who be getting
Got-
punched by his teammates. Yeah, CJ Gardner
Getting in
Johnson.
fights and
Yeah,
everything.
I think Michael Thomas punched that dude. Yes. Those are your 3 plays. 50-yard field goal good. You can't do that. You can't go 0 yards on 3 plays when
But
the,
let me
the
ask you
defense is
this.
giving you the ball.
How much of that do you think it was Pete and Shane saying, "Dang, can we trust Geno to make these throws?"
Let's
Because
talk about Pete. Can we talk about Pete?
oh yeah, because my thing was
Please.
at
Oh,
what
we're going to
point?
talk about Pete
At
today.
what point do you say, Geno, just go for it? By then it was too late, and we saw what happened.
But that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Everyone that was replying back to me, first of all, I should be watching the game. I shouldn't be looking on Twitter. And they're like, yo, they don't trust Geno. And then you ask the obvious question, well, why not? Right. And then you say, because of this. At that point, it's too late, bro. Like,
Yeah.
we got nothing to lose at this point.
you gotta let him spin the rock because
You know,
as with that first play, that drive where we not the first play, but that first opportunity where we saw him connect with DK, I say, yeah, let him spin it. He can do it.
He hit an
but I'm
84-yarder
getting
on the
jealous of
best
these
corner.
other teams like Detroit Lions that are doing not 1 but 2 fake punts. These other teams that are doing crazy things, going in on. I've never seen so many teams this Sunday go for it on 4th down.
Yeah,
it was-
Dan
can't
Campbell's
do
playing
nothing.
Madden over there in Detroit.
At this point, he ain't got no choice.
He's
All
on
I'm
side
saying
kicking
is,
it.
We should have went at. I'm just, but you know, like, cause we don't ever do any, like, bro, we have no plays, man.
yeah, it's pretty standard. You know
It's
what you're
so
gonna get.
standard. It's crazy. I'm
You're gonna
like,
get the draw,
bro.
the screen.
When I look like at a 5 whiteout, like legit lineup, and I'm sitting there not as a fan of the game, not a 12, as a fan of the game, and I see DK,
Mm.
Disley, Blair, okay, Lockett, and Everett. I'm thinking, yo, like, I'm not being a fanboy. I'm being a fan of the NFL game. If you don't tell me that's one of the most legit receiving corps in the league, what is going on here, bro? And you got mismatches if you really think about throwing the ball up, like you said, how Russ can throw up in that what was the term?
The moon ball. He throws the moon ball. Yep.
F the moon ball. I caught myself. I don't want to say,
All right.
the F word. But a little bit high up, DK got vertical. Bro, what's going on? I didn't see one pass jump up except for Alex Collins when he almost, thank God he did because it's raining, but he jumped up, got it, and made something happen.
Made something out of nothing. It's tough. You don't have your guy.
I mean, it's honestly not even that tough, man.
I'm
It's
saying
not,
it's tough
dog.
because the situation that the Seahawks are in. They don't have their starting quarterback. You mentioned it last year, Mike. We talked about it off wax with Dak going down. You literally said,
Dak Prescott.
Bro,
Yeah.
man, if we signed Deshaun and
Oh,
he came in
man.
and he only had a little bit of time again, he looks at that receiving core.
Well, you brought up Deshaun. It's as simple as bringing in Cam. There was a tweet. There was a tweet. Maybe there was 3 weeks ago, and a young lady, she went out and said, Cam Newton threw 8 touchdowns and 10 interceptions last year, and she didn't put in the rushing touchdowns. And I get it. She was talking strictly about his passing.
Yeah, about throwing the yeah.
And I wanted to wait and see how things unfolded. So tonight, after seeing how things unfolded, I said, I think it's pretty visible and clear. The Seahawks are at 0-3. Should have at least. They talked to Cam. I don't know if Cam say he doesn't want to play in Seattle.
They basically, from my understanding, talked to Cam, say, hey, look, we like Geno. You want to come in and back Geno up.
Oh, the disrespect. Okay, I get why Cam was like, it's not a right fit.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't fault Cam. I don't fault Cam.
With that right there, that lets me know that the Seahawks really
believed in Geno.
And that's fair, but
I got some great season tickets for sale, just so you know.
After one game, at what point do you realize, okay, we don't have much room for error? This is a Super Bowl or bust team, correct?
Yeah.
After one game, you have to make that tough decision. It's a business, right? They didn't sign KJ for what? Business reasons.
Mm-hmm.
They believe that KJ was too old, not fast enough. They drafted a linebacker in Jordan Brooks first round, and they said, we're going to replace him with this guy. We like what we've seen. Unfortunately, that hasn't gone in their favor the way they wanted to. The same situation is now at quarterback. After that first loss, okay, we got to do something, because I don't think we can go this season knowing that Russ is going to be out maybe 5 games. Why risk it? At that point in time, after losing that first game, you should have been like, Cam, we're going to bring you in to compete. If you win it out in a week, we got you. We're going to roll with you. They decided, as you said, Mike, yeah, we like Geno. You can come in behind Geno, and if he gets hurt,
which is just disrespect.
First of all, it's silly. It's stupid. Cam Newton, healthy, no COVID, is a better quarterback than Geno Smith, and I have no problem saying that. He's a better quarterback than Gardner Minshew, because someone was like, "Oh, Gardner."
No, come on, bro.
Well, I like Gardner, man.
There was a point in time where I was rooting for him.
No, he can ball.
I get it.
Washington State little bag here.
Yeah, man. I got my Coug bag on me. Yeah. Well, okay. Here's why I don't want to slam Geno too much.
No, and
I feel like Geno's being who Geno has been in his career.
The writing was on the wall.
I feel like the Seahawks are asking Geno right now.
I just don't understand why he got.
They're asking Geno, I think, to be somebody else. Like Geno,
just the last series, bro, getting sacked 3 like, bro, it was 4th and 28.
He tried to create Russ magic, and he's not Russ.
It's not about Russ, bro. Run anywhere. Come on, bro.
Just
You're
throw it away.
You
can't take a sack.
Throw it away.
You can't take a sack.
Yeah, throw it away.
Bro, like, what's going on?
Even if you throw it and get a grounding, at least the clock stops, and they have to argue about it and call the flag. Then you can at least call another play.
I'd rather have him at 2nd down. For the first sack at 2nd down, I'd rather have him thrown a 40-yard pass down the middle, had it been intercepted, and I know because we had no timeouts left. I don't know, just anything but getting sacked, bro.
Just speaking of timeouts,
DK a shot.
How poorly managed was?
Oh my god, bro! When he called, how about the running out the clock, like I'm talking about the play clock, not the game clock. And I'm like, yo, bro, it's 1, 2, stop the.
Yeah, there was multiple times,
2 or 3 times,
where I'm thinking,
we wasted timeouts.
Geno, I know you're trying to make checks. Just snap the ball, bro. Because at this point, clearly you're not prepared. You're not ready. And now you're costing your team timeouts that can be pivotal later in the game when you actually need them.
And this was the first time I saw Geno. Well, it's only been 3 games, but this was the first time I seen him visibly call audibles several times, stopping, telling people to do boom. And I'm like, hey, bro, you calling audible. It's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and the ball ain't hiked yet. Okay, doom. And I'm like, bro, you don't maybe think about calling the audible at 17, 20 seconds.
Yeah, you got to be better at that, and that's with repetitions and practice.
But the thing is, I'm not trying to hear all that, bro. You're a pro. You get paid.
Hey,
practicing.
You are not wrong. He is a pro. But this is my point. This is where I say you bring in someone like a Cam Newton, someone that knows the game, that's seen it, that's played in championship games, that's been there.
But he can't go behind Geno. He's got to be.
And that's where I think the Seahawks messed up. Back to my point earlier, you lose that first game to the Rams, that's a good football team. That should be an indicator.
And I think that they're overrated, bro.
And I respect that.
Oh, the Rams are nice.
I respect that. No, but even with that, that's the opportunity where you really got to weigh your options and look at the season. Look at your schedule. You say, damn, can we really trust Geno these next 2 games? Oh, yeah, he's been in our system for 4 years. We believe in Geno. That's cool and all. Then you go 0-2, you lose to the Steelers. And guess what? Geno has another opportunity. And what happens? TJ Watt forces a huge fumble. At what point do you cut
That
it
again,
off like you did with
that
KJ?
again, you hold it for dear life. You don't have it out
the
like
fumble?
Randall Cunningham.
Yeah.
You know, like you hold it not like a loaf of bread, but like, you know, your baby. And again, that's just mental.
But to Mike's point, I don't want to get on Geno about it, but this is kind of what
You're
Geno
talking about. We have to.
Well,
This is
I think it's a little bigger. It's like an organizational thing. Like this is not Geno's not out here being a different guy. He's being who he's been.
Yeah.
And well, the other thing is, I disagree with how Pete wants to help Geno. His version of helping Geno is running the ball to Alex Collins a gazillion times against the best run defense in the league, or at least one of the top 3 run defenses in the league. When you have Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, we talked about this in the pre-show. I don't believe that balance is handing it to one guy 18 times and letting your receivers split 18 targets. That's not how balance works. That's
How many times did Tyler get the ball tonight?
I'm about to read
I
it to
think
you right here.
twice or 3 times.
Tyler Lockett. So I'm gonna read you Kamara's numbers first.
Oh, boy.
Kamara had 11 targets and 20 carries. That's 30 touches, right, for 179 yards or something like that, right, in a touchdown. DK Metcalf, 5 targets. Tyler Lockett, 3 targets.
And 2 catches.
They split 8 targets. The Saints' best player touched the ball 30 times. Now, he's a running back. It's a lot easier to just get it to him. I get that. 30 times they got their best player of the ball. They only got one good dude on offense like that.
How many times did Alex Collins touch the ball tonight?
Alex Collins had 16 rushing attempts, and he had that 1 catch. So that's 17 of target share
Bro, do
for
people not realize that Tyler Lockett is one of the best receivers in the goddamn NFL?
3 targets.
I guess not.
3 targets today.
I guess not, Ben.
One of them he dropped 3 targets.
And they
DK,
act like their DBs were like
no.
And you know
I don't
what?
care who the DBs are. Like you said,
brought
Tyler,
up-
throw it to him.
You
Give him a
brought up
shot.
something with the DBs. DK was in Lattimore's head. If I am Pete, I'm like, yo, we should just throw it him every time. Because at this point, Marshawn's going to get in his own head and he's going to do something silly, which he did the whole game.
Yeah.
And in my head, I don't know why the Seahawks stopped attacking him. I get they were running the ball and DK was being a bully, but we saw what he did. He just ran by him, made him look like a child. Keep giving DK the ball. DK should have 14 targets and 8 or 9 catches. Granted, you know, there's some overthrows, maybe a drop pass here and
Force
there.
it to him.
That's my point.
That's how you help your
Especially-
quarterback. You give him DK Metcalf. That would help me.
Right? Especially with Lattimore, and he was just struggling. Like you could see he was frustrated because DK is just an action figure and he's just punking him every play. Keep giving him the rock. For whatever reason,
Disley's not getting the ball. Like,
No. Well, he did last week, but he scored a touchdown last week.
not on Monday night.
I mean,
No.
bro, he's there was a point, you know, when we
After-
3 seasons ago, Disley was our best scorer.
Yeah, they-
Yeah, 2018
And I
2018 and 2019.
I still think he's a great player. I just you know,
He's definitely not in the passing game. Even Gerald Everett today when he had three targets, 4 total touches because he had a run play for 12 yards too. After DK had that 84-yarder, didn't touch the ball again to the fourth quarter.
fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
Yeah, okay.
Fourth quarter.
Wrote that down wrong,
He got
but
a
yeah.
target on like a little slant or something like that. So
Yeah.
that's where I
why
was
is
like,
there so many coulda, shoulda, wouldas? When you watch the Titans play against the Chiefs, there was no like, oh well, you know, there's one thing. Oh well, you know, Mahomes got hurt, so there it is. No, hold on. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. There was no coming back from a 30-point ass whooping. Okay,
right.
Yeah.
every single game, our last 4 games, the Titans game, everything. There's like, man, look, if if Myers made that extra point, then guess what? Now they have to go for a 2-point conversion or take it. There's a lot of different factors that could have came into play, and maybe don't make it, maybe they don't, but it gives us a different battle, right? It gives us more momentum. It makes things a little more different. It becomes a deterrent, right? People say, oh, what's a deterrent? Well, it doesn't mean someone's not going to steal your car. It's just going to stop them and prevent them from, it's going to prolong the time it takes for them to steal your car, right?
Right.
So it's kind of like the game, the win, the W, you know, we're just kind of, you know, extending it. And every week it's something. And tonight, we lost by 3 points. And look, I don't know if it was you who said it or if it was Greg Belt said it, but he said, it's a lot to ask Jason Myers to kick a 52-yard field goal in the rain against the wind and yada, 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 yada. Okay, great. What about the other one, dog?
What did he miss? A 44-yarder?
Oh,
Check my
hell no,
notes.
that was like
37, I think.
Oh, did he really?
It was
something.
It was not as it was a kick he needed to make.
He missed. No, 44. Missed 44.
Okay, I'm
Nah,
good.
bro,
from the New Orleans 26-yard line after Travis Homer had that 14-yard.
It wasn't 40, bro. It was 30 something.
He had the.
I think it was 40.
Something he should have made. Which
But
is the
no,
real
he still,
point.
to your point, Ben, he should have made it.
And it was in the middle.
There's no excuse. He missed it. You got to make those, and those are points off the board that you
But
don't get.
again, now that takes us to overtime, right? Technically,
Yeah.
after all the terrible plays, why all the coulda, woulda, shoulda, this could happen here? But no, like they gave us the ball with 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
We had 2 minutes. Now, mind you, we had only one timeout left.
Mhm. Had to go. Probably would have had to go about 40 yards for a field goal. 75 to win it.
But how about just
The
Go ahead,
best way I
Mike.
could say it is bad teams find ways to lose. The good teams find ways to win. Like you said, those coulda, woulda, shouldas, those are what the bad teams look at the back of it. If we just had done this, if we had just done, ifs, man. You didn't do it. That's what the bad teams
the thing
do.
is, both teams were playing not to lose. Usually
Very
one,
much so,
One
yes.
team is usually playing to win. Both teams, the New Orleans Saints, Seattle Seahawks, were both playing not to lose.
Yep.
I'm watching Jameis, who has one of the worst. He's one of the highest intercepted, sacked in the NFL, like whatever. And he was, he had his little run plays here and there. He had his little pull up. But I'm like thinking, like, yo, how is Kamara open for 40 yards? Like, you don't see that. How is someone not thinking, look, no matter what, I don't care if I get burned here. 41, I can't let that happen.
You can't let 41 beat you.
That comes with the scheme and knowing situations.
Our DBs got burned a couple times tonight, 2 times in a row, and then there was like a weird. The thing is, Jameis's throw was terrible.
Yeah.
So that saved us. That's no excuse because Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna have that kind of mercy against us.
Oh,
in 2
God.
weeks.
Oh,
Devontae
boy.
Adams probably go for 300 yards, man.
Yeah. Why can't look at why does he have to have COVID? Against the Cardinals, why can't he get? And that's my boy. That's my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Devontae?
Yeah. Why can't Devontae Adams get COVID? Like I'm saying on when we play him.
Well, we'll see. We got a few weeks.
Well, so here we go. This is before we get into some Twitter questions. I want everybody. We're gonna all weigh in on the Twitter questions, but we're at 2-5 right now. 2-5. Let's assume, just for the sake of this discussion, Russ comes back. For the Green
10 games.
for the Green Bay game. And they gotta pull. Let's say it should beat Jacksonville, right? With Geno.
I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, let's
No,
do
dog,
that.
if we don't win, you're gonna see me on the news. I promise. I promise you. I promise.
I shouldn't laugh.
And I lose all my NFL endorsements and everything. I never get asked to the stadium ever again. Like I'm telling you, if we lose that game.
2-5. I'm gonna throw this question to both of you guys before we get into Twitter questions. What now? What do they do? How can they fix this?
That's it. We're done, bro. This is just a practice season now.
Oh man, we went from championship aspirations about a month ago to.
I mean, bro,
practice
like
season.
you said, if we won this game tonight, then at least we got a better chance to get into the wild card, end up playing probably Dallas or playing Green Bay. And to tell you the truth, I'm not really a big believer at Dallas. So I'm not trying to hear all that cap. Oh, they the best, blah, blah, whatever. I believe Buffalo is the truth. I believe the Ravens are kind of there, but I believe that I do believe that the Cardinals are the truth, and they're in a conference. It sucks that we have to deal with that. But what I mean is, I believe that. I don't believe the whole Dak thing. I feel like the choke is in that team period, and that they're haunted by that. I don't believe that the Rams are really as because they should have killed the Detroit Lions. They should have killed us. There's no excuses. They should have just beat us down. So what happens now? Okay, we beat Jacksonville. Okay,
That'd be 3-5.
Yeah,
going into the bye.
We go to the bye. Figure things out. The deadline is in 4 days.
The deadline is after
6 days.
after Halloween, I think.
Yeah, November 2nd.
Oh, November 2nd. Okay.
November
Yeah.
2nd is the deadline.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Let's say we pick up Deshaun. Let's say we pick up whoever. Dog.
Ooh, that would be spicy.
Someone needs to be like, hey, check it out, man. You had your chance. We need to bring us a professional A1 superstar, and boom, that's what it is. And then the thing is, let's say Russ comes back before the bye, right? They already say he took the cast out, blah blah. Cool.
Mhm.
Russ, can you throw the ball, bro? I see you doing all of the things here and there. Can you still throw the moon pass? Can you still throw this? Can you still do this, and this? You said it before. You don't know if he can actually be 100.
Probably.
I don't
not,
want Russ
man.
at 86.
Can he bend his finger even? I mean,
I don't know.
so we got possibly we're doomed. All right, what you think, Chris? 2-5.
I really wish they would have given Cam an opportunity.
That's out the window, though.
It's out the window.
Cam's not walking
You're
through
gonna
the
have to
door.
walk Geno out there again. What else can
No,
you
man.
do?
There is a maybe 6% chance that Deshaun says, hey, man, this is a good receiving. You got to go to a team where you see, all right, well, they ain't doing good, but maybe they appreciate me more in the receiving core
How
here.
disrespectful would it be if Pete and those guys are like, yeah, we like Geno. You have to beat out Geno.
Bro, someone got to
he
put.
ain't doing that.
Someone got to find, next time you see Pete eating at Daniel's Steakhouse, we need to put him in a headlock, do some Ace Ventura shit, and just like, because this is crazy.
I will say that you have to be confident in Geno. They did everything.
I was.
Oh boy.
He said to me in the text, he said, "Hey man, no more first game nervous jitters.
No, yeah,
he
none
needs
of
to
that.
come and play." Now the thing is this: you asked me yesterday. If you asked me at 4:00 today, I'd be like, "Yo, we gonna win this game tonight." And guess what? We gonna win Jacksonville versus Jacksonville. And then guess what? I don't want Russ to come back to Green Bay. I want Geno to do it. I don't want Geno anywhere. I don't want Geno even going to Wisconsin. I don't want him flying on a plane.
Well, unfortunately, you're going to have to deal with it because the Seahawks put themselves in this position. I think they win against Jacksonville, which they're supposed to
be 3-5.
They're
going
3-5.
Get Russ back. Get Chris Carson back.
They're probably going to lose to the Packers. The Packers defense is banged up.
Russ has never won in Green Bay, I don't think.
They're shaky,
but there's
a chance. But then there's also Aaron Rodgers and Devontae. And as I said,
again, Russ has never lost. He never won in Green Bay.
And also that home field advantage over there is pretty crazy.
It's different. And I'm guessing it'll be snowing by then.
Oh man, I hope not. I don't want to deal with that, man.
I'm hoping for your sake, Mike, because I know you're traveling. I hope it's not. But
I mean,
I know
I don't even know if
I went to the playoff game in 2020 for the pandemic year, January. Was it May? Yeah, January, and I flew there, and
it was awful.
That Lambeau, yeah, it was one of the worst experiences I've ever experienced ever. Ever.
You're not going back.
The fact that I'm not going back to Green Bay. Respect. The fact that one, the airport has 2 terminals, and that's it. Number one, number 2.
I was texting Mike about
the fact that it was 7 below zero. And number 3, the fact that they give hot chocolate up until 2 minutes before the 2-minute warning on the 4th quarter. Like, that's how cold it was. It was miserable. Even wearing Air Force Ones with 3 pairs of socks and a heater in it, it don't matter. The cement, it's so cold it goes through your feet.
Where was your Tim's at, Ben?
My Tim's I left in Dallas. Someone took them.
I
came from a wedding in Dallas, flew to Chicago, flew to Green Bay, came boom. And I'm just saying.
Someone got married in January?
Yeah. So my boy who runs World Star. So we go 3-5, going to buy, boom, go to Green Bay. Okay. Let's just say, for miraculous reasons, he pulls the Rams 4th quarter crazy thing, or Russ does whatever. Okay, now we come back and we got the Cardinals.
It's doable. It's doable.
That's so.
Doable. I'm trying to have some faith here. I'm usually
Mike,
doing
you
the gloom
take
on the
away your
podcast.
question you asked Ben and I. You go ahead. What do you think looking forward now, based on what you've seen through these 7 games?
Well, I think that's why I wanted to open with Pete Carroll's comment, because I think that's really telling. Right now, this team is Russ and some guys, right? Yeah. Without Russ, this is like a bunch of like a collective of like some good, decent dudes, right?
We have the money though. I don't understand what the problem is.
The Seahawks have always been cheap, Ben. You know this. How long have you been a fan? You said 10 years, 10 plus years. When have the Seahawks said, yeah, we're gonna pay this man outside of Russell Wilson? When did they really?
I mean, Tyler got paid.
Okay, he's one of the best.
Yeah.
Look at all the players.
They pay guys. They pay some
but
guys.
They also don't pay guys.
Yes. Well, it's not even about paying. It's the bad drafting. I mean, come on.
But what team has this kind of cap space? Like, what are we doing with this money, bro? Let's do something.
Sitting on it. Daniel's brothers.
It's crazy.
Eating steak.
Man.
No,
Did you see his face when I said we play against Arizona November 21st?
Oh man, my boy's got tickets to that game. I think he should sell them, man. I think he should get rid of
the homies are going down there. I'm like, you might want to just.
Oh no, you're talking about for the road game?
Oh, the road game's in January.
Yeah,
we play
maybe even then.
AZ. Yeah, I'm supposed to go because AJ Green is one of my clients, my boy. He's like, yo, I got you some tickets. I'm like, yo, I'm not really taking no tickets from the opposing team member. Not sending him.
You're my bro, but not.
Yeah, no. But I mean, November 21st, we come back here. Russ should be back.
Yeah, Russ will be back by then.
November 21st. That's almost a month from now. Play against possibly a 9-0 Cardinals team.
All they do is throw the damn ball.
I mean, that's when. I mean, I remember thinking that same thing in 2019 when they played that undefeated Niners team at the time.
We beat them. And Jadeveon Clowney had a great game, and I got kicked out and banned from Levi Stadium forever. To this day, I'm still banned from the stadium.
Oh man, what happened?
Yeah.
Separate story.
That's the separate
story.
We'll
get to.
But we did come in, and they weren't just blazing hot. That was a team that, like, come on, man.
It was healthy. Fire. Their defense was disgusting.
Yeah, bro, Bosa and what's the Emmanuel and just the team was incredible. Plus,
Sherm playing Pro Bowl ball.
Yeah, and also Saleh was
defensive coordinator.
He was like really on point too. Look, we came in there and peed on their parade.
Handled business. No. Handle business. So I mean, I'm trying to be optimistic here.
So so let's say we pull off the miracle in Green Bay, And then we pull off the miracle in with the Cardinals.
Got to go 7-2 to get to 10-7.
Jeez, man.
If you beat,
that's a mountain.
If you beat Jacksonville,
that means you can't lose to none of these scrub
I mean, you
teams.
could essentially what you could do is go. You could end up 3-3 in the division, and those be your only 2 losses. Like maybe you lose to like Arizona and then drop one to the Rams
We already
again.
did drop one to the Rams. We can't drop the one at SoFi.
So maybe you beat the Niners again, beat the Cardinals once, maybe you have to beat the Cardinals twice, I guess. Then
That's not happening.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
That's
Unless Russ just goes berserk and puts up 45.
But if we beat them once, that's enough.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah,
Division
because
games,
they could lose to the Rams.
You never know.
Look, man,
We got some
just
questions
canceled my
about Pete
flight.
in here too. This is gonna get ugly.
I just canceled my flight to Washington D.C.
I'm sorry for
That's it.
laughing, but this is.
no,
I feel bad.
That's
Ben.
a long flight, man. Hopefully, they still send me. That's what I'm a little worried about. They're gonna be like, "Hey,
Hey,
I got a
man.
flight booked to Houston." Yeah. Oh no, you got the questions, Chris?
I got some questions.
Okay, you got the
man.
questions?
You guys ready to get into this?
Yeah,
Please,
a lot of
man.
them are macro, which I like. So let's do it.
Well, this one. Let's go here. If the Seahawks lose to the Jags, are Russ, Pete, and John all gone this offseason?
Ooh, I would think. I would think so.
Wow.
I mean, what's the point of keeping? Who should you? I mean, you keep Russ, I guess. You're right, but
Russ ain't gonna stay, bro.
yeah, I mean, why would? Because then if you're Russ, it's like, well, why would it's be like the Matt Stafford thing? It'd be a very similar situation. Matt Stafford this offseason, it was like, look, we stink. I'm still good. Get me out of here. Can you send me to somewhere I can win?
Something's
and the Lions
going on
say,
in the
yeah.
executive office, and I just feel like if we lost to Jacksonville by 50 points, no one's getting fired, bro. I don't know what's going on. If they have
By
some dirt on
50.
the inside with something.
Everybody just got extensions, is what it is.
I just
Pete's
don't
on
understand.
the books till 2025, I think. John until 2027, something like that. Everyone's on the books for a lot. Russ till 2023. But I think if you lose to Jacksonville, going into the because it sucks when you go into the bye, everyone gets the chance to sit there, think, and look at what's wrong. That'd be a 2-6
Who has the power
team.
to fire Pete?
Jody
Allen. And what's that one dude? I think his name is Bert.
Wow, a guy I never heard of today.
Yeah, no, he rich white dude. Bert.
Or was he Paul Allen's partner?
He is. Why can't I think of that dude's name? He's KOLDE is his name. He's vice chair. Let me look it up. This is the point of the season we at. I'm out here looking up who can fire Pete. That's how you know it's bad. Yeah, he's vice chair of the Blazers and the Seahawks. This dude right here. I think he can. People who don't know, I'm showing Ben the guy on the screen. I think he's got the power. I mean, Pete's a pretty powerful dude, and that's probably that's why I like to learn a lot of these questions went, kind of addressing like, all right, what do we do about this Pete thing?
Yeah,
because I think
He's so old, dog. Like
it's not even the age. It's all right. You're defensive minded coach. Our offense is not where it needs to be. Eventually, we need that to change. And if you can't change that, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
So, I mean, to answer the question,
he should get fired off the fact of 3rd and 14 and you run the ball. That's grounds for firing, bro.
Oh man, it's playing not to lose. That's what both teams are doing.
At one point, I said these teams are playing to tie. after they ran 3 straight run plays, I was like, so Pete just wants to tie. He wants to go. I can't even finish the sentence, but at this point, he wants to tie.
I think the 3 sacks in the 4 and 28 would be worse than him throwing an interception. It was just so bad.
Well, because
Yeah.
if you throw it up there, you never know.
Yeah.
Your guy could catch it. You could get a PI or something. You just never know. Yeah, no, Pete be playing not to lose. There was a third quarter sequence where it was Alex Collins run, Geno QB sneak, Alex Collins run, punt.
This lead.
Treating Alex Collins like Adrian Peterson out here.
And he's not.
My man was getting workload, man.
And he was already banged up, so hopefully he's able to play next week.
And he's hurt. Yeah, you're right. He's hurt.
After we forgot about that, we just
No, I remembered that. I just don't think that your game plan should be against one of the best run defenses.
I mean, bro, they put
pound
Tyler
it.
Lockett in special teams last week, bro. You know how bad it got? I was like, come on, man. Like,
that's a great find.
What else we got?
All right, let's see. Oh, here we go. Is Russ forcing his way out next year, or will Pete do what he should have done years ago and walk away?
Yeah, we got multiple questions about Pete retiring in there, I believe. I don't see it. I don't see Pete. I don't see Pete retiring, man. He's so optimistic. For him to retire, that would be like
he'd have to have a heart attack on the field, bro.
Oh, wow.
He has to admit that he can't get it done, and that's not in his blood.
Yeah, no.
It's not in his blood. He would. I mean, that's the only way he could get out of here. Probably is but I just don't see him doing that. He believes, like even right now, I know he believes at 2-5. He thinks we can turn it around.
Of course,
he thinks we can believe in Geno. He thinks.
Do you think he really thinks that, or do you think he's just doing it because he wants to save himself?
No, I think he's like irrational in that way. Like sees this offense and sees
He's
this
like
defense.
Russell.
To
Russ could be down 30-0. He's like, we have a chance, guys.
to be fair,
I believe that.
oh yeah, I believe that too.
that.
To
I
be
believe
fair,
that, Russ.
Pete believed in the defense earlier this year when they looked like they would be, like even last year, he believed they would turn it around, and they did.
They did, yeah.
He believed the defense would turn it around, and it looks like they have. To be fair,
It's the offense.
so I see why he believes in things. I just don't. Yeah, that's kind of tough.
Yeah.
But I do think that we are in a world. We're looking at a world where Russ forces his way out of here.
And if Russ leaves, how old is Russ right now? 32?
Yeah, he'll be 33 in November, right after the Washington game. It's his birthday, I think.
So Russ is 33. He's got what, maybe 4 or 5 good years left after that.
Prime
maybe?
years, and then he'll be like, okay, probably like still
Okay,
a
so-
good starter.
Let's say Russ leaves. Okay, let's stay on this question.
Okay.
I think that's good for us.
It's a
With the same management team, so still Pete and Snyder.
No.
Oh, so
I'm
just a
talking
full-on
about-
teardown.
Yeah, everyone's
Okay, full-on
gone, and we
teardown.
go and be like, yo, because we can go 2-5 with
anyone.
with Coach Alvin Kamara. You know what I'm saying? Like we can go. I'm just being serious. We can
No,
go
yeah.
2-5 with pretty much whatever. I'm just saying we have too much talent on both sides of the field. We might be missing some O linemen here and there. Might miss some things here and there. But we actually have talent.
Yeah, everyone's missing players at this point.
But like tonight, you guys love this. The coverage was cool. We only allowed 13 points and great. But guess what? Dime coverage and just open
Yeah.
Come on, man. They're going through Swiss cheese with us.
That's
It
one
was-
way to say
it was the 2-minute drill. Last thing on that, the 2-minute drill was so weird because it was just like
The first half or the second half?
first half, the one that Kamara ends up scoring on,
Oh, my
most of the
God,
drive you're
bro.
talking about. It was so confusing to me. Mostly, I mean, I still like the dime package. I just think Ryan Neal had a really bad series. That was a really bad series.
Yeah,
for
it
him.
wasn't good.
He got cooked. I just think in general, it's such a weird thing because what do defenses tell you before a game? They're like, we want to make them one-dimensional, right? It's like boxing. I want to make sure he can only punch with one hand, right? Okay, cool. In a 2-minute drill, they're throwing.
Yeah. And
They're throwing.
and-
They are doing what you aspire to get them to do is be one-dimensional, and that one dimension kicked your ass. And that was the only touchdown of the game. I don't understand being bad at the 2-minute situation just because that's what you want. You want them to be throwing and knowing they're throwing.
Almost in that 2 minutes, someone stops there and be like, hey, listen, might be a lot of extra work, but guess what? Y'all got to play man right now.
They tried a little bit of it. That's what Ryan got beat on. No, that man.
No. I'm talking about you understand what I'm saying? Like at that point, be like, all right, check this out. But bro, Jordan Brooks was covering Kamara one on, man. Was a guy.
Oh, I'm so happy Jameis didn't throw that ball to the fade because
Oh, you saw that, right? You
Oh,
saw that on the side.
I saw Quandre and I'm like, Quandre might be able to get there, but at the same time, if Jameis lays it there,
The only thing is James was on this side all the way here.
yeah,
And it wasn't going to happen. He ain't got that kind of arm.
he wasn't even looking. I was like, phew.
But and now it made our boy look bad because I mess with Wags. But I'm sorry, was it Jordan? Was it?
It was Jordan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
Jordan was on the coverage and
Yeah, Brooks. Yeah.
What else we got?
the Seahawks fired Darrell Bevell. The Seahawks fired Schottenheimer. The Seahawks now have Shane Waldron. Where has there been any difference in our offensive play calling? I see zero creativity. What am I missing?
No, you're not missing nothing.
No, we haven't added anything.
I want to amend. That was a woman's question, right?
Yes.
I want to amend her question. It says the Seahawks fired Bevel. It says the Seahawks fired Shoddy. Pete fired those guys. You are the head guy. It's your job to find offensive coordinators who can get you right. You're not. That's why I think these questions about Pete, especially earlier, we're going to talk about Pete. I don't know how much longer I can convince people that this is the guy to run the ship. I just don't know how much longer I can.
Bro, you shouldn't have been convinced at all.
We had a conversation with the homie Ben Baldwin after the 2019
19?
season.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after the Green Bay loss, and he wrote a thing on The Athletic that was like, Pete got to go. He's not the guy for this. And I wrote basically a retort. No, I
Defending Pete.
yes, I think he can change. And what do you know? He let Russ cook in 2020, so he actually maybe looked good. I didn't think
Yeah,
he would.
for 8 games.
Yeah, for 8 games. And then after the 8-game switch, and then the way this is going, it's just like I don't know how I can continue to not let you have, but believe in you to have personnel control. Because there's the thing about the Jamal Adams trade
Yeah.
that people get on it about. Oh, we could use those first-round picks. We gave 2 first-round picks for this guy. Look at where your first-round picks are right now. LJ Collier was inactive again.
Yeah.
Rashad Penny had 4 years in. I like Rashad. He has never started a game for the Seahawks in 4 years. right? Jordan Brooks is to the point where they are pulling him off the field in passing situations. They're bringing in Ryan Neal. That's what the dime package is. It's Ryan, you're better than Jordan right now. That's basically what it is. Seriously. Those are your first round picks. And then obviously everyone hates Jermaine Ifedi. And then your other top pick is Malik McDowell, your most recent one. D.S. Chris got the concussion. Like, I just don't know if I can believe in Pete to continue to have a good defense, or at least just have a good defense, pick the offensive coordinator, have a run-first offense, and be drafting all the players.
Is there a coach you can think of right now in the head coach position? If Pete were tomorrow die of a bomb, hit his house, and just boom,
that got dark.
and we had to bring somebody in here, who would be your first choice?
That's already a head coach right now?
No, that just you could think of that would be available, that you think could be available.
That's a good question. Who's out there right now?
Bring in Eric Fisher. I don't know.
Oh, Jeff Fisher?
Excuse me, Jeff Fisher.
No, I don't.
I'll bring in Tony Romo before I bring in Jeff Fisher.
Is that a personal shot? Because all the years he used to smoke the Seahawks.
Yeah. He just really knows what's up with play calling. Jesus Christ, this dude would call.
But he would be. I would say him. I think I'd be interested.
I'd call Gruden.
No,
I just wouldn't give him personnel control. I would let him run the offense for
There's
sure.
too many black people on the Seahawks, bro. I can't have
One email. That's all it takes.
That's tough. There's not a lot of. I mean, coaching is hard. The problem is when you have all this power, you have the personnel control. Like I said, Pete drafts these guys. John runs the scouting side, but Pete ultimately says, "All right, we'll take."
No, I get it.
Guy.
I'm just saying if he's like,
can the Seahawks trade coaches Brandon Staley for Pete? I think that
why would the Chargers do that?
I don't know.
Chargers is cooking right now.
Figure it out. That's what
he ain't going nowhere, dog. Him and Herbert are like,
no, that's money. You get a
that
young.
would be like Dream World. That would be one coach because he gets it. Like he was
to answer her question. No, you're not missing anything. The OCs can change all they want. What did I text you, Chris, during the game? What did I text you? I said new OC.
Oh yeah,
same Pete.
Yep.
That's it. That's it. That's everything.
Shoot, we talked about that 2 years ago.
We've been talking about that for a while, but today was evident. 6 runs in a row. Alex Collins, you got DK Metcalf on your team. I don't care if it's Thanos guarding DK. Just throw it up there.
I don't care if they do 3 deep.
I just, okay, go ahead. Next question.
Next question.
Because I was going to go on a rant. Well, it's the same one I went on last week. It's just, I don't like how these other teams can find ways to get Deontay Johnson 13 targets in a game.
Yeah.
Yet the Seahawks struggle to get DK more than 9 in any given game. It's just like, I don't understand. What are they doing? Devontae Adams is the Crackers' only good receiver. He gets 15 targets a game, and everybody know they're throwing it to 17,
and he still gets it.
And he still gets busy. I don't. Terry McLaurin, his
Same
quarterback sucks. His receivers, his teammates who are receivers, they all suck. Terry gets like 10 targets a game,
eaten,
and goes off. I don't understand how
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
especially because DK is incredible,
and he has a number 2 in Tyler, or sometimes Tyler's the number 1 and DK is the number 2. I don't understand.
I got Cooper Kupp out here eating, man.
All they know they're gonna throw it to number 10.
Did you think after week 7 that you'd be more concerned about our rookie offensive coordinator or our veteran defensive coordinator?
I'm not worried about
neither of them, bro.
I'm really. It's like it's above them. It's above them. It's above Ken for sure.
Bro, they're puppets, man.
That's probably the best way I could put it. That's probably the best way. This is a Pete thing. I don't know.
And another thing too, I hate to say it, but you guys said this 2 weeks ago, and it was last week, middle of last week, because this is a Monday night game and it's Sunday. It's middle of last week. You said something. Last season, we had those. What if one call doesn't go this way? What if this one pass doesn't go? What if this?
Oh,
goes
you're talking about the 1-point games.
And you know what the thing is? Look, we have that situation right now. They're just not going our way this time. Mm-hmm. Last season, they went our way. And it's crazy because it could have just went like, oh, it's about to fall off the table. Nope, I got it.
Yeah.
And this time we're not getting those calls and those plays. Those are 3 games right now, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ends up making us 5-2.
Exactly.
Yeah, I had someone real close to recap, I had someone real close to the team tell me last year. We were just talking. It was like an hour-long convo, just talking. He does not affiliate with the team anymore, but he was last year. I was like, what happened in the second half? He was like, what happened? We just kept playing. We started playing teams that know what they're doing. Like he was like, look at that Vikings game. We weren't supposed to win that. He said, look at that. He said, look at the Patriots game. All Cam got to do is just bounce that outside.
Yeah.
And we lose. He walks in untouched.
Yeah.
True.
And there's one more in there that they won. I don't think they beat Dallas at the end there with Dak threw a pick. But his point was, he was like, Mike, nothing happened in the second half. We started getting on the wrong side of one score variance.
Let's just look at, okay, we are better than this. I'm not being delusional saying this. I'm telling you guys, I know I'm a 12. I'm telling you guys, we are better than this. When I look at Quandre and I look at DK, I look at Tyler, when I look at even B Wags and the season he's having with all the tackles and everything, we are better. Quandre is out there playing like a goddamn. He's really playing.
Oh yeah,
pro.
I tweeted. What was Detroit thinking trading this man?
No,
Like,
even DJ Reed's playing well.
yeah,
DJ
guys
Reed's
are.
questionable DPI on him, but playing well.
Yeah, I didn't like that, but I understood because he got there early. But I thought it was bang bang, let it go.
What
It
else
is
we
what
got?
it is. How much worse does it get before heads start rolling, Mike? People losing jobs.
How much? What? I'm sorry.
Oh, how much worse does it get before people start losing jobs?
We need to lose jobs now.
That's the thing. I don't know who though. It would have to be a head coach.
Pete.
It would have to be. There's
gotta go.
changing anything else doesn't move the needle for me.
Besides Gruden, and that was because of emails, whatever else. When's the last time a coach was fired in the middle of the season?
Didn't
I
I?
remember the Cleveland Browns had it happen before.
Oh,
Too.
Cleveland
Every year, right?
Yeah, every year the coach gets fired.
What about Adam Gase? How long did
Adam
he
Gase
last?
got fired mid-season last
Okay,
year.
that's what it
Yeah,
was.
dog,
Yeah.
can we figure that out? Can we
what's
do a
his-
petition?
Who was the
Change.org.
the Falcons coach just got fired last year too.
Former Seahawk coordinator,
Dan
right?
Quinn
Dan
got
Quinn.
booed.
There we
Yeah,
go.
no, it
Yeah, yeah.
happens.
Quinn, that's right.
It happens.
They sucked.
Yeah, no, it was.
People were like, bring Dan Quinn back.
The Houston coach got fired last year too, during the season.
What's his
you
name?
know what? I'd bring him in. He was actually a good coach.
He's just terrible.
He's
manager.
the OC at Bama, I think now. I cannot remember his name.
We're all drawing
He
blanks.
did all the bad trades. Bill
Terrible.
O'Brien.
We
Bill
not
O'Brien.
get
There we
Gibson,
go.
bro. Like I'm just like, Gilmore. Sorry.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien.
Yeah.
That's his name. Bill O'Brien was actually a good coach. He was
Terrible
a
manager.
Terrible GM. So
Yeah.
have somebody else be the GM. He was actually a good.
Yeah, Schneider, stay where you're at. I'll come coach.
I'm with that. But yes, to answer that question, you lose next week. Heads got to go. Somebody don't make it to through the bye week. I don't care who it is. Honestly, maybe you gotta start finding people in the kitchen. I don't get it. Maybe the valet people. Somebody got to go. If you lose.
leave them alone. They just there to bring
I
cars.
do like the valet
Yeah.
homies. They are cool.
Chill.
Did you ever see the movie The Last Boy Scout? It was a Tony Scott film.
I haven't
I
seen
have
it.
not.
Okay, you guys are probably too young, but there was a guy named Billy Blanks. He had that Tybo. It's kind of.
Oh, I'm familiar with yes.
Okay, so he was star of the movie. This is before Tybo ever existed, and he's in the game, and he's just under so much pressure, and it's like a fake game. Obviously, it's like like an XFL. It's whatever, and he's the running back, and it's pouring rain like it was tonight, and he starts running towards the end zone, and finally some people start catching up to him, and he pulls a gun out of his pants and starts shooting people, and I'm like, yo, bro. It's I don't see that being so far-fetched if we lose next week, bro. It's something drastic has to happen.
The one scene that popped into my head was. Now I'm drawing a blank in the movie, but he's going to the car to get his gun. He
Oh, you're
just-
talking about that's white man can't jump.
jump.
He said, "I'm gonna go get my
Yeah.
gun."
Yeah.
Shoot everybody. I mean, that's what it. No, that is what it feels like, man. It feels like it lose to Jacksonville, and
He's got to go.
multiple people
bro.
don't make it through.
He's
I mean,
gotta go,
honestly,
man.
yeah, that
He's
would
gotta
be
go.
it. I mean, because you're 2-6, you got no first
He's
round pick.
800 years old. He's got to go, bro. I'm gonna hit someone at USC and be like, "Yo, could you offer him like the director of all athletics, something?" And just
Oh man,
Jesus
leaving.
Christ.
What a story that would be. You leave USC to come up here, and
go
then you
back.
win a Super Bowl here after winning Natty's there, and then go back there. Man, that would be a career.
Would be. Next up, Geno Smith has ended the game with an interception, a fumble, and now a turnover on downs. What way will he surprise us losing next week? Or
Oh,
will he
man,
pull
that's
a
a cool
180 and
question.
beat up the
come on,
Jags?
bro. That's low.
I think he's gonna win. I think he's gonna win next week. The Jags are really bad.
Hey,
They are really bad. I think they're
the
gonna.
only
win
thing
next
is now I see them like, let's say for instance it's 4-17. I'm being dead serious. 4th and 17. Jags are the type of team that would go for it. Like they'll punt and do some they'll try to recreate Michael Dixon's double punt for like a thing. Like they're just so bro. When you're like, look at Detroit last week. Like I said, this weekend, we see these teams that have nothing to lose.
yeah.
They're pulling out crazy plays
Yeah.
right now, bro.
Seahawks should have
They're
been
gonna pull a
doing that.
Cal Berkeley versus Stanford 17 laterals. Like you never know.
All right.
week. What else we got?
Any idea why didn't they pursue the under center stuff more? I know run, punt is Pete's thing, but got to be clear, it wasn't working on Monday night.
Okay, so this is actually an interesting schematic question. So I keep track of all my whether they're under center or in shotgun.
Yep.
And so you guys can see in my notes here, UC, SG. I do keep track of that. So here's the dilemma that I think the Seahawks have. Geno Smith ran a spread offense at West Virginia, and he was actually very good very prolific. And the spread is comfortable. He can see more of the field. He doesn't turn his back to the defense, which people forget about when you're under center and you do play action. You turn your back to the defense. So you have to take like a screenshot of the defense and hope that they didn't move too much when you turn
and your
back.
peripheral vision got to be crazy.
Yeah, and so it's actually a very like scary moment for the quarterback. Not to say they get scary, but you guys know what I mean. Shotgun, you can see things. The empty gives you more options, whatever. But the run game is better under center.
Yeah,
because it just works. You can do more creative things. You run your running back gets a little bit more of a lead up. Like it's better for your run game. So they're in a dilemma. Your quarterback throws better out of one type of style, but you run it better at another style. And then
we're talking about Geno though.
I mean, honestly, Russ is very similar. Russ is good no matter what, but he likes that empty stuff too. We ran a lot of shotgun last year.
Because our line was really bad for the last few years. He has to be in shotgun. You know what we need to do? We need to run the wishbone formation. Like,
what about always hit the group chat today? So let's just have DK run it. I was like, man, I'm not against it. But yes, that is the dilemma that they're in. It's like Shane knows if we go under center and pound it, we can win.
Who ran a flea flicker last week? Was the Niners?
I didn't watch the Niner game. That was
Dang,
Sunday Night Football.
Who ran the
It was the
flip?
Niners, I think, dude. No,
Hell, Derrick Henry threw a touchdown pass.
I mean, you can get tricky. I just don't think that's to answer that question in particular. I just think that they're in a legit dilemma that I don't have a good answer for because Geno does operate well in the spread, but a more of a pro style is what fixed their run game, which is what the head coach wants to do.
Yeah, F the run game, dog. You need to be in the shotgun, bro. He already has so many issues right now.
Yeah, the play action works better from under center.
The Rams defense is 10 times better than any defense we ever played. And when he came out that fourth quarter, he was out like, he looked so confident, so
with
cool.
no play action.
He was like, okay, boom, hit here. He was driving down the field. I mean, do you really think it was just they were just shocked? The defense was just shocked.
He was playing well.
He was playing. He came.
They had a rookie corner making his first start too, though. That helped a little bit. That Rochelle dude was a rookie corner making his first start.
She plugged us with that. She said it's gonna be tough for him, and it was.
Yeah. All right. What else we got?
You know what? That was it pretty much. Everything else we hit on.
That was all the big
discussion. Yeah, those are the ones that I thought we could touch on and just answer. But I think everything else we definitely touched on the show in regards to what to do with Pete, how Geno's going to look. Go ahead, Mike.
The Pete stuff is where I think this team is the most fascinating because I think we talked about the game itself, but I really think that's where, because people want all these changes. Fire Norton. What's up with Shane? What draft better? Blah, blah, blah. Everything comes back to the dude at the top, and I'm running out of ways to be like, let's do the Pete thing some more. I don't know how much longer I can do that. Well, honestly, I don't think I can do it after today.
It's tough.
We can't be 2-5 right now.
Yeah,
I think that even like if Darrell Taylor was today would have been
nice to have.
But even then, I thought they got some decent pressure on Jameis, relatively speaking.
Bro, man, come on, man.
Definitely not good enough. But they didn't let Jameis just sit there back there.
I mean, there was a really, really good time where Jamal went in, and of course he kind of like shook a little bit, so he's there. But he was so good that Jameis just threw it right on the floor. He was like, he didn't want no parts of Jamal, and it was weird because, what's his name? My God, bro, Jesus Christ. There was a big defensive lineman that came after him, and he wasn't so shook. But he was immediately shook with Jamal. Like he threw it straight on the ground.
Yeah, those guys don't want. Big Ben did that last week too. Jamal came free on a rush, and Ben just threw it in the dirt. He's like, I'm not about to just get hit by this guy.
No,
because that's why Jamal's sack numbers are kind of down too. It's like, well, he doesn't have any sacks, but I think guys are recognize. I'll just throw it in the dirt before I let you smack me.
Yeah,
which I can't blame them. I wouldn't want to get smacked either. But I think everything just comes back to the top. You got this one guy controls personnel. Your personnel's not there. Look at all these trades they have to make because they can't draft well. Look at all these first round picks who aren't starters, who aren't contributors, who aren't potential stars, right? So you look at, all right, the defense is every year they're just going to take 5-6 weeks to get it together.
Can't be that way.
Can't do that. Yeah. Can't do that. Okay, you're on offensive coordinator number like 17. All right, the offense still doesn't look good. Dope. It's still a run first thing. How much longer do you do? That's the question. I might write that this morning or tomorrow for Tuesday.
Cam. There's a lot of options out there, but at this point, we realize they've wasted those 3 weeks. Because I talked about it earlier on the show. After that first loss, they should have been like, "Yo, can we really?" I know we've had them for 4 years, but at what point do we?
Crazy thing is, for Deshaun, there's like a lot of money involved. Cam, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But the Seahawks disrespected that man and said, "Yeah, you can,
At least I think that's kind of what the feel.
It's kind of the feel of the discussion that, hey, Cam, you're gonna come in.
Cam wants an opportunity to compete for a starting job.
Yep,
most guys do.
It's crazy. I was gonna buy a Geno Smith jersey last week, bro.
Oh, you was really all in.
Man, the spotlight was on Geno, he stepped up and Ben was on it.
And I think that's another part that goes up above. I never thought that Geno was a guy who could keep him above water. If he had to start, I would tell you that all the time. I got plenty of texts that would show that. I never thought half the guys they brought in would be that. Remember they brought in like Paxton Lynch and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And in my head, I'm just like, that's what you're gonna do. What happens if you lose Russ? You're gonna throw Paxton Lynch out there. You're gonna throw,
as you said,
Sean Mannion out there. You're gonna die.
The most important position outside of your starting quarterback is your backup
quarterback.
And the Seahawks have fallen to the point where they probably wish they would have had a Colin Kaepernick, a Cam Newton.
Just draft. Honestly,
Or
just
even draft.
Okay.
Just draft.
But look at Trey Lance.
It's not even just like
Tough.
signing the veterans too. You can draft in these positions too. I think you should draft a quarterback every
the biggest
draft.
point
Draft
you
one
made,
every
Mike,
draft until you hit.
The biggest point you made was having a good backup quarterback. That is it.
What rookie quarterback do you think this year's really shown his colors? Like he's like, okay, he was worth it.
Tyler Heinicke. No, he's not a rookie.
No, he's not a rookie.
Nope.
Oh, in this class, I don't think any of the guys have looked particularly good. Now, to be fair, I have not watched a ton of Mac Jones.
I would say based on what we're seeing, Mac is probably
I watched
that's doing
a
the
little
best.
bit of Trevor. I think Trevor's got some
I
talent.
think Trevor's
bro.
good, dude.
He got some talent, man. That's
I'm
what
not
I
saying
see.
that because we got the same agent, but I mean, he's.
I think Justin's going to be good too. I just think that a lot of these guys are at a disservice
Justin's
when
good.
they go through the whole offseason and they don't know that they're the starter. They're taking all these backup reps, playing with backup linemen, backup
Bro, Jimmy's a wrap
receivers.
now. Garoppolo, like they need.
Oh yeah, that's
that just yesterday was really bad, man. I felt bad.
let's put a bow on this. Man. How does this season end, Chris? Let's everybody
They finish
give
above 500. I think that's probably
me a number: 9-8, 10-7, 11-6.
Oh man, I forgot it's 17
12
games
and
now.
5. Yeah,
I would say
all the
with
numbers are
Russ
funky.
coming back, they're probably going to end up 9-8.
9-8.
Yeah.
Missed the playoffs at 9-8.
Oh yeah, they're gonna. They're 2-5, man. They're gonna have to work magic just to get above 500. And now you want them to go to the playoffs for what? Just to lose immediately? They're gonna finish 9-8, and we'll see what happens from there.
Okay. I'm gonna expand on that before I throw it to Ben. Is Russell Wilson the quarterback in that scenario? Is Russell Wilson the quarterback in 2022?
Absolutely not.
No.
Russ
Is Pete Carroll the head coach?
Probably. Oh, I would say no, probably not.
All right.
I hope he is, but
Clearing house at going 9-8. All right, Ben, what you got?
8-9.
8-9. Is Russell Wilson the quarterback in 2022?
No.
Is Pete Carroll the head coach?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going Pete over. That is where.
Yeah.
And I think that's what direction I
That's
lean
not
towards
what I
too.
want.
no,
No,
I hear you.
that's the direction I lean toward too. Is the siding with the Pete, the organization, siding with management over labor, which is like that's a whole macro discussion. But
To make things worse, though, before Russ even leaves, I just think that maybe some people that we have that are really good stars on this team that probably be like, yo, I'm out too. You know, what I'm
Bobby
saying?
retire or something like that.
if I'm out of here, I want to leave. Call my boss. Like, hey, can I cover some? Can I just let me be a national writer? You know, let me just a little dip into everybody. You know, maybe I can.
That'd be fire.
Let me start covering the Kraken.
I mean, bro, look,
You know, I
Stephen
love
A.
hockey.
Smith, he was in Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That became-
On that note, Ben, thank you for
Thank
joining us, man. Appreciate it. It's a pleasure.
You guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's
Man.
Oh,
really
let
good
me get the filthy handshake, man. There we go. There we
Man.
go. But yeah, we want to thank you for tapping in with us, man. We really enjoyed this pod. Hopefully we can get you back on in the
No,
future
for
in the
sure.
summer when you're a little more free and
For sure.
you know, that'd be dope. So it's been another episode of Seahawks Man to Man. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We have a bunch of special guests lined up, to be honest with
Oh,
you.
we do. We got a whole nother. We recording tomorrow, right?
Yeah, recording Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Tuesday.
So we're dropping
yeah.
this immediately, and then we're actually gonna chop it up with someone you guys would love to hear from. And then next week during the bye week, we got a little something special as well. It's been an episode of Seahawks Man to Man. We will catch you guys later.
Hold on, Ben. You want to plug anything?
Oh, yeah,
Plug
actually, you
your
know what?
podcast.
Yes.
Plug anything. This is you. Floor is you.
Yes, my bad. Go ahead, Ben.
No, listen, thank you guys for having me on. I got to get you guys on my show. That's Behind the Baller. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, it is a top 10 entrepreneurial show. It is a top 200 business show. Globally, it is a top 10 business show in many parts of the world. I just want to say thank you. What an unfortunate night. But the highlight of tonight and this show is that we did not talk about cover 3, which you guys always talk about. It drives me crazy.
man.
You know what I'm saying? So thank God. Just appreciate you
The
guys.
defense
having me
got
on.
it. We didn't need to talk coverage stuff. All right, y'all. We will catch you guys next episode. Thank you for rocking with us. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. We out.
Peace.